Look, man, I know the Bulls are going through it right now. I know they're going through the gamut of injuries. Every game, there's always this long list of injuries, and it's a different player every game, it seems. But, I watch these games, even with the injuries, and I can't help but think, how hard is it to win a game? It's not like this is a tough stretch of schedule where you expect it to be really challenging to string together some wins. No, we're talking about some of the worst teams in the league, teams that can barely muster wins in their own right. Bad teams that, mind you, have also been dealing with their own set of injuries. It's not like it's just the Bulls, and these teams are having their way with the Bulls. For the life of me, I don't get it. I really don't. The Bulls started out the season with one of the toughest schedules in the league. They played well in all those games, and then when it came to the easiest stretch of games that they're going to have throughout the whole season, we see this. Now, I will say, part of me is just like, well, are all of these teams, these bad teams that the Bulls have been losing to, have they just been having some of their best games when they're going up against the Bulls? Like the Nets not missing anything from deep, same with the Pacers in the fourth quarter who just took over the game, and no matter what the Bulls did to try and crawl their way back into it, the Pacers would just hit crazy shot after crazy shot. But part of that is because it's gotten to the point where these teams just straight up do not fear the Bulls at all. They see this as an opportunity, as a get-right game, a game where they know this team is going to crumble even if they go on a run. That's just where we're at right now. Teams feel they can get the best of the Bulls, and it's easy. I came on here to talk about this game, but I'm just like, what else am I going to even say at this point that I haven't already said in my past videos? I've never seen anything like this where you have had a team that quickly developed an identity, were turning heads, were clicking, the vibes were there, the best we've ever seen, really, to this about face where the team has played some of its worst basketball in years. Even during the Zach and DeMar years, as frustrating as those seasons were, there was some predictability in who they were as a team. Last season, they weren't very good, but they were fun bad, and then actually became a pretty exciting team towards the end of the season. This team right now is one of the worst teams in the NBA. They may not be record-wise because of the hot start, but the way they're playing right now, they're one of the worst teams in the league, if not the worst team in the league, because outside of the Wizards, all the teams have beaten the Bulls. The Pacers twice now, the Pelicans, the Nets, and Hornets. The Bulls have the Hornets coming up again, by the way, next Friday, actually. Thank God the Bulls have a long break because they only have one game between now and next week, which is against the Warriors on Sunday. They certainly need it, not only to get their guys healthy and back in the lineup, but to just get their heads right, figure out what the hell is going on, because this is unacceptable. This game was just all sorts of bad. The Bulls lost the possession battle, 77 shots to the Pacers 84. They shot the ball horribly, 44%, while the Pacers shot 54%. They let the Pacers hit 18 threes after the Nets sank 19 of them the other night. They turned the ball over 20 times. The one area that they did improve upon, which was a surprise, was that they had 11 offensive rebounds, something they've been getting killed on, and they had more second chance points than the Pacers did in this game. But man, the Bulls struggled so much to finish around the basket. And it really hasn't just been this game. It's been a common theme throughout this season. The Bulls have one of the lowest shooting percentages at the rim in the NBA, and they take the most shots at the rim in the NBA. What concerned me as well in this game is how little ball movement we've been seeing from this Bulls team in this slump. The Bulls only had 21 assists in this game for one of the highest passing teams in the NBA. It's not even just the defense that everyone talks about, which has been horrendous, don't get me wrong, especially without Okoro, but their offense has fallen by the wayside. They've even lost their identity on that end of the floor. The way they wanted to play, what they preached over the offseason, and what was working to start the year, that's completely gone away. The guys look lost on offense. They're taking really difficult shots. Guys are standing around, not cutting the basket anymore. And when they try pushing the pace, getting out and run, they just look out of control, without purpose, without a plan, and often end up just turning the ball over on a transition play. I honestly don't know where the Bulls go from here, because at this point, based on what I've been seeing, all the confidence they were riding is completely gone. The guys are completely checked out. All the good vibes they had, long gone. And it's hard to even envision this team winning a game at this point. The last win they had was against the Wizards when Vucevic called the young guys out saying this wasn't sustainable. He was right. Although part of me is now wondering if that just totally killed this team by him making comments like that publicly about his teammates. Not that Vuce has really been playing well whatsoever as of late. It was actually horrible in tonight's game, getting outworked by Jay Huff. Coby White, yeah, he still doesn't look right. He had that nice surge where he rattled off a bunch of shots, and you thought, okay, man, maybe he's going to take over and maybe he'll just will this team to a win. but then he had the Denzel Valentine heat check 3 and never really recovered after that. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to keep rambling if I talk about this game. It was good to see Zach Collins back, and he actually showed up well, brought some physicality, grabbed some nice offensive rebounds. Bulls need a guy who's going to crash the offensive board, so it's good to have Collins back, even though he was on a minutes restriction. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, I don't really think there's anything worth calling out that was good from this game. Even Giddey, who has been the most consistent player this season, struggled in this one with that triple single and 5 turnovers. Modest was actually decent though. Well, he started off the game strong and then kind of quieted down in the second half to finish with 19 points and 12 rebounds, but he also had 6 turnovers. I mean, some of these turnovers by the Bulls were just lazy turnovers, getting pickpocketed near the logo and then not hustling back to try and stop the ball in a transition fast break. Bad passes being thrown out of bounds, drag step drives to the basket, having nowhere to go, and just chucking it out, hoping to get bailed out by someone. It was bad. It was bad. I really don't know what else there is to say. And yeah, I don't know if I can keep doing these post-game videos after every game if we're going to see more of this for the rest of the season. Like, eventually you have to call it what it is and wait until this team gets their act together. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought of the game. As always, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.